Hey there, Interabs. What's up? Interabs. Okay, yeah, you know what I meant to say. I'm going to apologize for the glasses glare. I didn't feel like putting in contacts today, and I kind of like being able to see, so sorry, you'll have to deal with that. But, today I kind of want to talk about something that happened recently. I don't know if it was today, or I think it was today. But they released an article saying that scientists are also, if this moves, my iPad's charging and it's attached to the wall and I keep hitting the cord and the lighting keeps changing. But so if it moves, that's why. But anyway, back to what I was talking about before. Scientists believe that they have cured a 2.5-year-old of AIDS, or not AIDS, of HIV. There's a difference between the two. What kind of happened was that they ended up giving the newborn treatment earlier and more what's the word I'm looking for? More intensive than they normally would. And after this baby was kept up for about 18 months, and then kind of vanished, and then came back, and they can only find, minute traces of the DNA and RNA of HIV, and, it isn't doing anything. So, as far as everyone's concerned, it's cured, even if there are, teeny tiny, itty-bitty traces of it there. It's not replicating, it's not getting more, so that's a huge step. Yeah, that's something to be excited for, because HIV and AIDS are pretty big diseases, and they're once you get HIV, there is no cure for it at this point. And even though it is a cure, kind of, or it's a possible cure, it's a one-time event and needs more study, but it's still for if you're born with it, not if you get it through any of the other ways of getting it. But there's still hope. Even though it's just a one-time thing and they don't know if it really works yet or not, it's still hey, we're making some progress and we've got a chance of starting to maybe figure this out. So, that's really cool, and I wish them the best of luck in figuring that out, and then figuring, the rest of the puzzle out. But for the rest of the video, I kind of just want to talk about a lot of the stigmas that are toward people with HIV or AIDS in general, and just kind of talk about what I know about the disease, which I'll admit is not that much. But we're gonna go with it, and kind of as someone who doesn't know much about it, talking to other people who might not know that much about it, that's I know the same things that you do, but I don't have the same stigma that a lot of people have, so try and maybe figure this out. Yeah. And this is really annoying that this side of my face is so much brighter than this side, and the lighting keeps changing. But, okay. So, basically what I know is, HIV is, I think it's something I should know this from health class, but I don't. I think it's human immunodeficiency virus, something like that. If I was wrong, it'll be above my head what it really is. But that's kind of the precursor to AIDS, and what it starts destroying white blood cells, and that's bad, because your white blood cells are the T cells are what fight disease, normal infections and stuff, and colds and stuff like normal things you get sick from. Not that AIDS isn't normal, I'm not saying that, but typical, there we go, typical things you get sick from. And then AIDS, which is autoimmune deficiency syndrome. Yes? Again, if I'm wrong, it's up there. But that's kind of when the T cell count has dropped so low that you basically don't have an immune system anymore. So things like a cold could kill you. So, it's pretty serious stuff. And a lot of people, especially from when it first started, appearing in the 80s, there's a huge stigma attached with AIDS and like gay sex, and it's totally no. Just because you're gay doesn't mean you're gonna get AIDS. It doesn't mean all this stuff. Yes, it can be spread through unprotected sex. It's spread through blood, and you can get it from things other than gay sex. Because if that were the only case, women wouldn't have it, and women do have it. It's like a legit problem that a lot of this stigmatizing needs to get rid of. I mean, sure, some people do get it from gay sex and unprotected sex, fine. Some people get it from sharing needles, or, like, if you get a tattoo or a piercing from somewhere that doesn't clean their stuff correctly, you can get it through that. For a while, before they started pre-screening blood that's donated, infected blood would get, like, people who didn't know they have AIDS and didn't, before hospitals knew they needed to check for it. Some people would get contaminated blood transfusions. There's so many ways to get it other than what the few that people seem to think. Oh, and another one is sharing contaminated needles with the intravenous drugs. So a lot of people seem to think that, like, if someone has HIV or AIDS, it means that they're either having unprotected gay sex or they're a druggie. And that's not true. Some people are born with it because their mothers are HIV positive, and that gets transferred to the babies. That doesn't happen so much here in the United States because there's a lot of drugs that they can use to prevent that. But in places like Africa and other third world countries where they don't have the money for it, that's one way you can get it, and it's no fault of the babies. It's not like they did anything to deserve it. Their mom had it, they have it, and it's not like their mom even did anything, because their mom could have been born with it. Or, like, whatever happened to give it to her may not have been her choice. Or, it could be something like where people think they're okay, but it's kind of like the tip of the iceberg, because there's that tip that you can see. That's the cases of AIDS that people know about, like the people who know they have AIDS, and then there's that whole giant thing underneath. That's the rest of the iceberg. That's all the people who have HIV or AIDS, and, well, if you had AIDS, you'd know. If you have HIV and don't know, like, it gets spread that way a lot. Like, people who think they're okay because it hasn't escalated to the point where it becomes apparent that they have it, risky behavior or whatever, or even not always risky behavior, but just, and even if you are being safe, there's still a chance that something's gonna happen or something will break and you're stuck with it. It's not like people go out saying that, oh, I'm gonna go do this and get AIDS. That's not something you do. And I hate it that some people seem to treat it like that. And, like, I know it isn't as big a stigma now as it used to be, but, there are still people who react to it that way, and who think that it speaks less of you. Like, you're less of a good person because you have it, and that's not true. Sure, you may have done something dumb and gotten HIV, but everyone does dumb things. You just happen to draw the short stick. Or you could have gotten HIV through no fault of your own and just pure chance. It's nothing that should make people think less of you, because stop going away, white balance. Okay. It's nothing that should be held against you, because you're still a person and you have a whole crap ton of stuff that you now have to deal with, and an illness that there's no cure for, and that can only be slowed down for so long, even though they can kind of hold it steady with drugs. There's eventually they build up a tolerance, or if you think they go away, there's like little pockets of it still hidden, and when you stop using the medication, the whole crap ton of medication, and it's a lot to deal with, and You know, if you're one of those people who give someone crap for having HIV, you know, they have enough stuff going on in their life. They don't need you making it worse. So, you know, if you know anyone that has it, you know, maybe not go out of your, like, I wouldn't say go out of your way to be super supportive, because that's kind of like rubbing it in their face, but, you know, just be there for them. Like, if they need you for something, do it. Don't question it. Just be a good friend, and, or a family member, or, you know, just don't give them more crap to deal with. Be cool about it. You know, don't make it worse for them than it already is. No matter how they got HIV, doesn't matter. Throw that out the window. Support them in their time of need. Because I truly believe that people can do amazing things for each other and can look over all sorts of crap. You need to do that for people with HIV. Because they're people too. Sure, they have a disease that sucks to have, but that doesn't matter. They're still the person they were before they got it. And that's what's important. Yeah, you're never going to be able to forget that they have it. And, you know, you don't have to act like nothing changed. But you still need to act like a human towards them. Does that make sense? You know, I think it does. Just act like a human towards them. And it'll be better. Sort of. As, like, that's, you know, that's all you can do to make their life the least crappy that it can be. So do your part. And just be a good friend. And that's kind of my spiel on it. So, you know, for those of you who know more about it than I do, if I totally screwed something up, I apologize. And feel free to let me know, because, you know, I like knowing more about things, even if they are kind of bad. You know, like, I like learning, and anyone who can, you know, who wants to tell me that I screwed up, feel free. I won't get mad at you, and, I'll probably go and find some resource websites to put down in the description, to hopefully help people who are confused. And, you know, as always, if you ever want to talk to me about anything, figuratively speaking, my door is always open, because there's not really a door here. There's a curtain thing to my closet, but there's no door. But, you know, feel free to email me or Facebook me or tweet at me, and, you know, I'll get back at you. You know, so all that information's down there, and I hope all you guys have a good week, and just be nice to people. Regardless, just be nice to them, okay? Okay. My name's Winnie Dies. I make these videos every week. So I'll see all you guys next Monday. Peace.